Tom Corley is the author of Rich Habits. He's a financial planner who spent 5 years studying how 350 rich and poor people do things differently.
Cool. Hey, everybody. So what the heck is a CPA doing at a biohacking conference? You know, I would have never guessed in doing the research that the answer to what is the secret to success would be habits. I also would have never guessed that most of the habits that I had were poverty habits, what I call poverty habits. I grew up in an Irish Catholic family. Anybody here Irish? American? How many? 15 in your family? Right. Yeah. Right. So we thought we were farmers.
Why wealthier individuals are successful from the author of the book that hundreds of thousands of people have purchased right after this. Just looking at some of the Rich Habits training program, I will form good daily habits and follow these good habits each and every day. I will engage in self-improvement. I will devote part of each day to caring for my health. I will save 10% of my gross income. I will control my thoughts and emotions. How can you control your thoughts and emotions every day? Well, do you follow your own advice?
I do, Larry. I listen. I come from an Irish Catholic family. We had 11 in our family, and anger was the primary emotion. It's an honor. Thank you, Michael, for inviting me here. I'm just honored. You know, Australia, since I was 18 years old, Australia has always been a place that I wanted to visit ever since I had my first can of Foster's Lager. And so I thought, this is going to be great because I'm in Australia now. I can get as much Foster's Lager as I want. I went to every bar here, and nobody sells Foster's Lager.
If you've ever wondered whether rich people know something you don't, they do. One financial expert has spent years researching the habits of both the wealthy and the poor to find out what works. It all comes down to simple things.
I would say in America, at least, being willing to be up way early in the morning.
She's right. That's just one of the many habits of wealthy Americans, according to Tom Corley. After 4 years of research, the financial planner wrote the book, Rich Habits.
I'm not just focusing on the wealthy. I want to know where you're screwing up. When I talk to the young kids about the Rich Habits, I tell them, look, anger is the most costly emotion that you have because it's going to cost you relationships.
Takes a lot out of you.
It's a draining. And he didn't realize it. That was the thing. He didn't even know. It never even crossed his mind. That one habit was dragging him under. And this is the thing with habits. This is why they call it the secret to success. They asked J. Paul Getty, what's the secret to success? He says, wake up early, work hard, and strike oil. Even he didn't understand why he was rich. Maybe he's throwing it up there to random good luck. I mean, give me a break. Most of the millionaires in the world, between 67 and 80%, depending on the source that you're looking at, are self-made. So by and large, millionaires are self-made. And that's great. But how do they get there? How do you go from being a nobody to being Tony Robbins or Elon Musk or Warren Buffett? That's the secret sauce. And that's what I spent 5 years trying to find out.
You mentioned that 81% of the wealthy maintain a to-do list versus 19% of the poor. How important is this to-do list? I would imagine it plays into the difference between goals and achieving your goals versus, sort of letting them sit idle.
Yeah, well, where I find the value in the to-do list, at least from my research, is in processing success. So you put certain things on your to-do list. There are goal to-dos and then there are administrative to-dos.
And
welcome back to the Dawn Show. So we're going to make you rich. We're going to make you happier. Here with author Tom Corley, who authored Rich Habits, Daily Success Habits of Wealthy Individuals. And I love this because this is something everybody can do, and they could start today.
There was a famous London study that was done, the longest study on habit formation, and they determined that it takes 18 to 254 days to form a habit. And the reason there's such a big disparity is because of the complexity of the habit. I mean, if you're brushing your teeth, that's a pretty easy habit to form. But if you're trying to, hit a backhand in tennis, that could take a long time. Habit stacking works is, a good example is this train. So imagine you've got this neural pathway, this train on the train tracks, and you want to change a habit. You want to add a new habit. Let's say you do aerobic activity, Stairmaster, treadmill, the elliptical, and let's say you want to add a different habit. You want to read. You want to read more, 30 minutes a day. That's what wealthy people do. Well, you can put a book on the Stairmaster and start reading. The brain will not fight you. It will accept it, and in a very short period of time, it will become a joint habit.
But I got up the courage, and I asked Richard Branson, I said, the media portrays you as a risk-taking workaholic. And I said, are you that? Is your life work? And he looked at me, and he smiled, and he's got this really great smile, like Hollywood good looks smile. It's disarming. And he smiled at me, and he said, looked at my badge, my name tag, and he said, Tom, what if I told you that instead of working 12 to 14 hours a day, I played 12 to 14 hours a day? What would you think of me? I said, well, I would think you're just another rich, lazy person. And he said, that's the way I feel. I feel like I'm a rich, lazy person because every day I get to play. He goes, there isn't a day I go into the office where I can't wait to get there, or wherever he's going, Africa, in a balloon. The guy loves everything about his life, but he manufactured that because he's a dreamer.